Yeah, today I wanted to do a video overview and mini review of this amazing little red dot that Sig Sauer has here. This particular model, as you can see here, is their Romeo4H. And I feel this is a really awesome red dot for the money. It's going to be comparable with your Holosuns. You'll find some reviews of those on my channel as well. And those are great. I feel the Holosuns probably are slightly better value, but I feel these optics by Sig are, in my opinion, slightly higher quality optics. They're higher quality in the finishing, the design, the aesthetics of them, as well as presentation in the box. And they also offer, in my opinion, probably a slightly better warranty. The Sig Sauers come with what they call their, I believe it's called, let me look on the box here, the Infinity. Yes, Infinity Guarantee, which is basically, it covers this site for life. If anything ever goes wrong with it, they'll repair it or replace it. So no questions asked. That's a great warranty. There's not too many optics manufacturers that have a warranty that good. So kudos to Sig for that. Well, let me get the optic just a little bit out of the way here, and I'm going to bring in the box. That way, y'all guys can take a look at what the box looks like. I know it's not that important what the box actually looks like, but I feel it's worth showing you kind of what you get. So the box is here. It's a nice box. You open up that. We'll get this foam out of the way. And, of course, you have your manual here, which is a pretty good manual, actually. It's got a lot of information. Tells you everything you need to know about the optic, as well as somewhere on here, let me find the page that has a little chart here, which is really cool to compare the different models. So you can see in the Romeo line, there's the H, the S, and the T. So the T being the top of the line of the Romeos, and the H being the kind of entry, and the S being mid-range. But a really cool manual. Impressed by it. It's well done. So we'll get that out of the way. They give you of course, a cleaning cloth, which is nice. They also, strangely enough, they give you an extra bikini cover, because this is a soft bikinis, but they have actually built-in flip down covers here already on the optic. So it's strange that they give you that, but you do get it. This here at the top is going to be a full co-witness mount. So that would be, if you want to have full co-witness, the optic comes with this mount here, which is the lower 1/3. So what you would do is flip the side over, and I don't know if you can see it in there or not, but inside here there are 4 screws that you'd back off. You would insert that in there and then screw it back together, and it just raises it that little bit right here and gets you that full co-witness. Here is going to be a little Torx tool they provide, so you'll use that for taking those 4 screws out that I mentioned, as well as tightening up any other Torx. So for instance here, you can tighten that if you wanted to add more tension on the quick release. And then on this side here, on the other side, is going to be a tool to adjust your windage and elevation on the turrets. So really well done on the packaging here. I like how they give you a nicer box than, say, most optics in this price range. Of course, there's a little package there to keep moisture out. And then here in this slot was where the battery was. I've already installed in the optic. The battery is a CR2032 little button battery. So very common battery, cheap to buy. You can get them just about anywhere now. So let's get the box out of the way. Before I do that, though, actually, I want to show you some of the information on the box. So there's your front. And then this is going to be your most important part, so I'll let that focus, and then y'all can take a look at that. Information here. MOTAC, that's awesome. I'll talk about that more in a minute. Quad reticle, that's awesome. We'll also show that. And then we'll slide it over here and let you read that. You can pause it and take a look at that if you need more time. Also the IPX7, that's great. That gives you, basically it's waterproof and fall-proof. And then here's that infinite guarantee that Sig offers. That's awesome. Let me get that all out of the way, bring the optic back, get my camera to focus. Okay, so immediately just looking at this optic, you're going to notice how cool it looks. I mean, it looks, the quality of this optic is impressive for the price range. The machining quality, the type of finishing. I like that it has that gray color scheme, kind of like a stealth gray on black. I think that looks awesome together. Everything just looks good. It looks sleek, well-designed optic. You'll see here's your QD. So just like most high-end QDs, you're going to have a little latch here that has a spring-loaded device here that prevents it from being knocked open by accident. So you have to push that, and that allows you to open your quick release there. So again, here's a look at the optic. I'll just kind of spin around so you can see all the different angles of it. And we'll pop down these turrets. Before I do that though, I'll show you just real quick. You can actually look through those turrets. They have clear. That's cool. So even if you have them left on, you can see through them. That's awesome. I love that. And we'll flip them out of the way here. Okay, and we'll see if we can get this thing to focus here so you can take a look at the reticle. Now, I already turned on the sight. Let's see if we can get this thing to focus or not. Always have trouble with this. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get it to focus too well, guys. Sorry about that. It is a very crisp reticle. In fact, it's one of the crispest reticles I've ever seen. I'm trying to see if I can get it to camera to get it at all. Let's see if we can get it. Maybe if I back it away. No. I don't know if I bring it way up here. And you can actually see that LED. That's kind of cool. You don't see that with the naked eye, but the camera picks it up. Well, unfortunately, I'm not able to give you a real crisp reticle shot here. I'll try again a few other times, see if I can get it to get a clear view of that reticle. Let's try. Maybe if I focus and bring it in. Nope. Okay. Well, I won't waste any more time with that. Bottom line is, it's a very crisp reticle, and in fact, it's one of the crispest on the market, in my opinion. We'll try one more time. We try. That's about as good as I'm going to get it on my camera. I'm sorry, guys. To turn this optic on or off, it's very simple. All you have to do is hold one of these two buttons. That's your plus and minus for your illumination. You'll hold it for 1 second. So if it was off, you'd hold it for 1 second and turn on. If I want to turn it off, I'm going to just hold down one of those buttons. Shuts off. So with this optic, you really don't even have to turn it off, though. I just recommend you just leaving it on. So I'm going to turn it back on real quick just so we have it on. It has that MOTAC, and I mentioned I was going to explain that a little more. So what that is, that's a sensor. So anytime there's motion, the optic is going to stay on. If you set your rifle aside or whatever you have this mounted on aside, and you close it up against the wall, and it senses no motion, after about 30 minutes, it will shut off the optic. That's awesome. And then the second you pick it back up, it turns right back on for you. So you don't have to go up here, search, looking to turn on the optic. It does it automatically. So that's a huge advantage, and one of the best technologies that has come out for optics, I think, in the last 5 years or so, that you're starting to see this become more common. But it's amazing. Kudos to Sig Sauer for putting that in these optics. That was a wise decision. So you can adjust the illumination to the pluses and minuses. So I'm making it really bright there, too bright, to be honest. Let's see if we can get it to focus on a lower. Nope. Lower setting here. It won't do it. Maybe if I really wish I could show you a clearer reticle. Maybe if I turn it up higher, it can focus. Does not want to do it, does it? Well, I'm sorry about that, guys. But anyway, you can adjust the reticle. To adjust it, there's 4 different reticles. So what you see here is a 65 MOA circle with a 2 MOA dot in the center, which is, in my opinion, probably my favorite type of reticle. You can adjust that, again, by holding down both buttons here at the same time for 1 second. So if I hold them both down, you'll see it. It's hard to see because it's not clear, but it put bullet drop compensators underneath there. I think there's 2 or 3 dots. Let me look here just real quick. Yeah, I think there's 2 or 3 dots there that it dropped in, which is nice. So that's cool. If you hold down the 2 buttons again, now it's gone to a 2 MOA just straight dot. So a lot of people just want a dot. They don't want the 65 MOA circle. There you go. You can do it. And then if we push it again, it's going to put the bullet compensator drops on the dot. But I'm going to switch it back to my favorite reticle, which is just this one here. It's like an EOTech reticle. Very easy to operate. Another cool thing with this is it has your battery compartment is here. I prefer that over the Holosun, which requires a tool. This is toolless, so you've got little some texture here that you can grab onto this and spin it off. It's got an O-ring seal. And you can tighten it down with a screwdriver if you want to get it really tight, but you don't need to, which is why they say it's toolless. But that's a huge advantage. If you ever do need to change your batteries, you can just do it by hand out in the field. Your turrets, that's nice, they're protected. So always like to see that. One of the areas on an optic that can be damaged is your turrets. So it's nice that they have protected. Your turrets are protected here, machined into the body on both sides. So that's nice. One thing to note is the only one of your caps has a little screw. So if you want to adjust your windows or elevation, just make sure you get the one that has the, let me get the focus here for you guys. You can see right there, the little screwdriver head. And that interfaces, of course, with that right there to adjust your windage or elevation. And they have O-rings on that too, so it's going to be watertight as long as you screw them down properly. Let's see if there's any other things we need to talk about with this optic here. I think I pretty much covered it all. If you have any questions on this, let me know. I think it's one of the best optics on the market right now, particularly for price. It's not going to be quite as cheap as the Holosun, but it's close. I'm not going to mention the price that I get you these for here. If you want one, please contact me. I'll leave my link down to my website in the description, video description. Please contact me because I will hook you up with a good price on these. It's going to be worth your while to contact me, trust me. And I think this is probably one of my favorite optics for the money. So what a cool optic. Let me close this video by installing it on this little rifle over here so you can see it on the rifle, and then that'll be it. 1 second here as I install it. Be right back, guys. So let me adjust the camera just a touch. There you go. You can see it on the rifle. Very easy to install, very fast with that quick release. Same thing if you want to take it off, you just pull the little pin and the optic's going to come right off. So great setup, awesome optics from Sig. In the next couple of days, I'm going to do a review on their 5 series of red dots, so be on the lookout for that. They also have the 6 and 7 series red dots, which are slightly bigger than the 4 and the 5, but eventually I'll probably do a video of them as well. But anyways, I just wanted to show you this video, kind of give you my thoughts. I've been really impressed with these. I've sold a number of them, and I definitely highly recommend them. What a great optic. It's a great alternative for aim point for, probably about half the price of an aim point. And to me, this is every bit as good, and I'm serious, this Sig is every bit as good as a aim point, in my opinion. If you have any questions, leave them down below, or comments, leave them down below. Thanks for watching. Take care.